All right, so you're gonna fill out this waiver
Wanna
for me
roll.
real quick? I'll bring you out to the mat. I got a guy. He's coming in. He's a drop in. He said he grappled like a little bit here and there, and he's on and off.
Okay, so he just grappled a little bit.
Yeah, he's
Just
just
a
here to
little
drop.
bit.
Sweet. What was his name?
Joe?
Joe? Okay, awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Of course.
Steven, I thought you said he just worked a little bit. He has a first degree black belt.
Yeah, he said he was like on and off. And didn't really give me much information. He said he's just here to grapple.
That's so weird. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ed Anthony.
Joe.
So where'd you get your black belt? How weird is this?
Very. This actually happens. This actually happens for me a lot more often than the other stuff. I had a guy come in one time, and I kid you not, the guy walked in. He had like a giant duffel bag full of gear, I guess. I don't know. And he walked in and he was like, I'm here to train. I was like, okay. What do you do? He's like, kickbox and I'm a jiu-jitsu brown belt. I was like, oh wow, okay. Well, maybe you could teach me something, you know? That sounds pretty awesome. And he comes in and he's standing there. I was like, so where'd you train? He's like, well, it's been a while. I was like, it's been a while. What does that mean? Yeah, I almost got my brown belt. I was like, so you're not a brown belt? Yeah, it's been a bunch of years. I'm like, well, okay, what have you done recently, or what was the last thing you done? Yeah, I did some wrestling in high school. I was like, oh, so you did some wrestling? Do you do jujitsu? He's like, not really, I've just wrestled. I'm like, bro, you gotta go. I was like, you gotta just leave. This is not a place for you. Like, it just got weird, you know? Like, I just can't. I can't. The vibe is too strong with you, and I don't like it. So yeah, you gotta really trust your gut and your vibe. And yeah, I've had the other thing where a guy came in to one of our kickboxing classes, and he's like a professional fighter. I mean, I didn't know who he was, but he's like a professional fighter. And that day we just had like a circuit set up, and he's like going through the circuit, and I'm watching him like, because he came in and I was like, so what have you done? He's like, I've done some stuff. You know, I've been around. I just want to check you out, see what you're all about. I'm like, okay. And he, you know, started working the circuit, and I'm watching him. I'm like, like you've done this shit before. And then he was like, oh, thanks, man. And he left. And then, you know, I was like, clearly not signing him up because he was just trying to get out of there. And I looked him up on Instagram. Dude was a professional fighter.